Welcome back to my spiritual experience with your host, myself, Brother Sadiqullah. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys once again about my own personal spiritual experience and what this is all about. We all have a purpose for being here, right? We all have a reason for our own existence. And I believe most of us have a whole lot of things that hinder us from being who we truly are. There is a true expression of who you are that's like really, really deep inside of you that you hardly get to share with the world because the world has been so judgmental. We live in a rough world. Elementary school is rough, kids are rough. Things that are said to us throughout our childhood from our parents to the people in our community to what the society says you should be, you should not be. Um, all of these different factors that are added into our psyche and the way that we think. And this over time forms these different layers that stop us from being who we really are. They limit us from being who we really are based on our concerns and our worries that the world will not accept us for who we truly are. Today is Christmas. Today is the 25th of December. This is the American Christmas. And I am going to be on the road for a moment, but I wanted to talk today about our own personal involvement in this life that we live called the Matrix. I feel like a lot of us feel impotent. A lot of us feel uninfluential. A lot of us feel powerless to change our own scenario. A lot of us feel as though the world and the way that things are and the life that we've seen and have experienced, not only our lives, but the stories that we've been told about other people's lives, generationally, our parents and grandparents. The ideas that we've been trained into, programmed to believe, and in some cases, even forced to think. These have strained our reality of who we really are. And if we are going to get to the heights of our own selves, the heights of our capabilities, and our personal potential, it's going to take some things that are necessarily going to be transformative of who you are today. Who you are today is not who you want to be. Who you are today is the sum of all of the things you've believed before today. But if you begin to believe that there is a purpose for your life and that these deep seated ideas and desires and visions, dreams, goals, intentions, and I'm not talking about, get a car. I'm talking about your life's purpose. Like there are things inside of you that you are afraid or not confident enough to share with people because they're so far outside of what normal society is moving towards or is saying there is importance in that thing. But in your heart, in yourself, in your mind, in your spirit, it is extremely important to you. But you rarely spend time on it. You rarely talk about it. You rarely express it. You rarely bring it to the surface. You rarely utilize it. And it's going to cost you. It's costing you. It's costing all of us. There is there in my own self, there is we all have this is the struggle of life. This is the human experience, right? You live inside this world that says this is who you should be, this is what should be going on, but you have in yourself a different expression that you want to bring into the world, but the world ain't really ready to hear it. And so there goes the fight. Do you do it? Do you bring it out? Do you share it? Do you expose it? Do you express it? Or do you do your best to maneuver and manage the world as it is and attempt to do your best in it, though you know you're not fully expressing yourself. See, I believe each soul here is to express itself fully. And because we've grown up in these, like I said, these programs, this matrix, most of us are afraid to express ourselves fully, to share who we truly are and what we truly believe and what we have in our deepest parts of ourselves. Well, I'm going to say today, I think that most of us are aware. And if we can look around, if we're not totally jaded to the way the world is moving, I mean, from the wars to the UFOs or the drones or the UAPs or what do they call them, plasmoids, all of these different things that are happening in our skies above our heads. I believe inside of us there are also changes taking place. Um, some of us are afraid of these changes because we don't know what it's going to lead to. We don't know what change is taking place. We're not comfortable changing. And it's about the internal self that is going to change, that will bring about a newer aspect and a new world for you. So, there is the fact of the matter that whatever you perceive as your reality becomes your reality. Whatever you believe about yourself or the world, or whatever you think you see in the world, is your reality, because it's what you've accepted as your reality. You have a choice to see and to change your perspective. And by a simple redirecting or rearranging of how you see the world, or how you want to express yourself in the world, can change your world in an instant. It's up to you, though. Deep within me is an idea of transformation for the world. I've long felt like I don't belong here. And so since I am here, I feel like these things that are in me, that have long been in me, are a part of my true expression. If I don't share it, then, will it lead to depression? Will it lead to sadness? Will it lead to, a distorted perspective, from my own mind? And so these are the things that I think all human beings struggle with. And if we don't talk about them and express them and put them right on the table, then we think it's foreign, or we think it's just us. And it's not just you. We all have these struggles about our real purpose here, right? And our survival within the matrix. They tend not to go hand in hand. And so we have within ourselves that struggle of where I should really place my energies, where I should really place my attention. And most of us lose this battle because what is outside of us seems to be stronger than what is inside of us. I mean, that's just that's the blunt way of saying it. Our influences that are outside of us seem to be more, seem to carry more weight and have more power than our own internal will, self, belief in self. And I don't think that's rare. I think that's common. And I think it's intended. I think it's part of the socialization, so that we are geared to look outside of ourselves for the answers to things that are happening within ourselves, right? There is really no one who can give you an answer that will cause you to grow confidence. Now, you can look at, motivational videos and things that can inspire you, but that is a temporary form of inspiration. And if you can't sustain it, and if you can't create in your life, I guess you could say, patterns and cycles and changes that fortify this new perspective that you want to hold, that you want to become, that you'd like to see yourself as and to transform into, the world outside wins. And so, you got to go play the role again. You got to go play, the guy at the job. You got to go play, the tough guy in the hood, or whatever it is, the roles that we play that keep us from being our most authentic selves, right? Like, I have a vision that we're in a transformative time, right? This is, I think, unquestionable, but what are we transforming into, right? I believe that I am an ambassador for the kingdom of heaven. I believe that the things that I intend and wish and desire for this world are related to heaven on earth, related to the kingdom that is to come. And if I'm afraid to say that, is it possible for me to bring it into reality if I'm afraid to even say it out loud? If I'm afraid to say, yes, I feel my name, my being, my person, my soul, my reason for being here, I am quite related, and my purpose is to be an ambassador for the kingdom of God that is to come. So, my name Sadiqullah. I was I was in the shower after praying. And this was years back when I wanted to become, when I was a Muslim, and I used to ponder my name. I used to ponder my Islamic name, the name that I would choose as a Muslim, because Charles Thomas is the name that my mom gave me at birth. But, you know, there is an eternal name that is related to my soul and its journeys and my spiritual life. And that is the name Sadiqullah. And in the shower one day, while pondering my name, my Muslim name, I I asked, no, I didn't ask. I was pondering a name. The name was uh, Abdullah Sadiq. Abdullah Sadiq, which was in my translation and my understanding, servant or slave to the truth. And that to me was what I was pondering at the time, fresh after praying. And I was very in a very good high energy spiritually, and I was just in the shower. And as I was in the shower, I began to have the experience of what Christians call the Holy Ghost. Um, Energy entered into my being, and it started in the center of my belly, and it was a grinding engine, almost like a sound of it was not a sound, it was a vibration that reminded me of an engine, and it started to grow. Right, it was not a sound, it was just the vibration that resembles the sound that I'm in, and it started to grow and get louder and louder, or the feeling became stronger and stronger, I'll say that. And so I'm in the shower covered in soap, pondering this name, and this is the beginning of this energy in my belly. And as it's growing, I'm kind of freaking out a bit, but I'm also extremely curious as to what is going on. So I'm just kind of looking at my stomach, and I'm like, what is this? And so the continued growing of the vibration, it continued, and it opened up my esophageal passage. And so I'm standing in the shower, and from my belly, this grinding, growling, churning engine noise raises up, and my esophageal passage opens up, and wind comes out of out of my throat, like, right. This all happened in the shower, right? And so as this is happening, I'm just like tripping, like, what is going on? And from my own being, from my own body, a voice comes out of my mouth and says, your name is not Abdullah Sadiq, your name is Sadiqullah. And so that's how my name Sadiqullah was given to me, and that's why I share this name now, because we are in that time of transformation, and it is kind of times to pull the gloves off and pull all the masks off. And I am here to let you know that I am an ambassador for the kingdom of heaven. My job is part of education. In my heart is a vision for our community after this educational system falls as it's failing now. We see that it's failing, it's coming apart at the seams, as is, you know, as all the other aspects of society are also falling apart, coming apart at the seams, because we are at the end of an era where competition was our motivating and inspiring force. Competition and capitalism has led us to the selfish, destructive actions and activities that we see about the globe, including war, etc. And so I am an ambassador for the kingdom of the Most High. Uh, I am I am a part of a community um, who are here now on the earth doing their own work towards bringing about heaven on earth, God's kingdom, the end of this way of living and the beginning of unity and cooperation and community and growth and development and light and love and power and beauty and wisdom and sharing and family, and all of us recognizing that we are a human species, one family, and that for us to reach our fullest potential as a planet, as a species, it will take cooperation. It will take the Fire Nation, the white man. It will take the Water Nation, the black man. It will take the Wind Nation, um, the East, those who teach all of the breathing exercises and practices, and it will also it will take all of us. It will take the human family for us to reach our fullest potential. All of these things are flying around. These have been written and predicted in books and by prophets and in prophecies. And if we've become so jaded that these things flying around have no effect on us, they give us no pause. They give us no reason to be concerned. They give us no reason to think deeper about what is going on, why it's going on. If you look up all of the religious communities and their prophecies about time and the end of time and the beginning of a new cycle and all of these things, when you do the research, I study prophecy, have done the research, and coming right um, we're in that time. And so it is a matter of expression now. You are a soul who are, you are here now, alive on the planet in this time that is full of transformation, transformative power. And if we don't utilize this time, this atmosphere of transformation to enact our own desires as in relation to a better world, as in relation to unity, as in relation to harmony, as in relation to love, growth, compassion, fellow feeling, understanding, grace, mercy, all of these things that we would desire for ourselves, then this is the time to hold these types of visions in your mind. So they talk in the world of manifestation, right? Manifesting a thing through your concepts, through your imagination, through your spiritual holding of a vision, a energy, an intention, all in related to a thing that you desire. And the way we've been manipulated shall continue unless we begin to pull our energies and our attentions and our focus only back to the things that we recognize our purpose for being here may be. and they are individual. Okay. So as one individual attains to the full laser-like focus for his own life, then the avenues of growth and the opportunities of expression to your fullest potential, ability, capabilities are accessed through laser focused attention towards those things that are valuable to that aspect of yourself, whether it be a gift, a goal, something you want to learn, something you're trying to do, something you're trying to build, something you want to share. All of these things are relevant, but what is relevant is how you're going to focus on it. See, the Matrix and all of these things that are going on in the Matrix and all of these things that are going on in society right now are hyped and super hyped to keep your attention off of your own personal reason for being here, your own personal development, your own personal growth. And it's extremely successful. I mean, every aspect that is designed and desired by those who created the Matrix to keep you distracted from personal growth and development, it's at 10. It's totally ramped up. It's at its highest because of where we are. So we can keep sitting around acting like we don't see what's going on, or we can begin to pull our energies back from the Matrix, pull our energies back from Diddy, pull our energies back from the war, pull our energies back from Candace Owens, Oprah Winfrey, uh, Meg Thee Stallion, whatever is the latest thing. What's the guy who the new football player who girl in the news every day? All of these things, they are intended to keep you distracted. I mean, the UFOs are even part of a distraction, but they're also a sign and a warning. So nothing may be just one thing. All of these things are moving on layers. Like Linda Moulton Howe said it best, and shout out to Linda Moulton Howe, the Earth Files. She said it's like we're moving and living in, on a 12 layered chessboard, right? A 12 layered chessboard that is in 3D. So every move you make is affecting things outside of what your common perception may be. So recognition of the fact that where we are is extremely transformative. You are here, you are alive, and you recognize you're not living up to your fullest potential. You're not expressing the truest parts of yourself. You're not living in your most authentic form, and it's causing you imbalance inside. It's causing you depression. It's causing you sadness. It's causing you social anxiety. It's causing you all of these things that are forms of not being able to express yourself. Okay. Whether it being suppressed by others or suppressed by yourself. This matrix and all of the censoring. You got to say the jab. You got to say C19. You got to say, the big C, the little C. You got to say all these code words just to speak in a country that says freedom of speech is your right by birth. But if I say certain things, then my video get flagged, then the truth, won't be spread. Then, whatever may be the cause for censoring from the machine, which is the matrix, creates in you your own self, a self-censoring that does not even allow you to be who you are. And that is the master's technique in stopping you from being yourself, bringing about God's kingdom, bringing about your highest potential, and besmirching your character, and it's reaching its I just wanted to use that word. I know besmirching, it's probably out of out of context, but yeah, it's just the idea of you having a being, a whole person, a whole soul, and a whole self, and it being limited in its ability and possibility and capability of expression due to things outside of you. And these things outside of you have become so prevalent that they cause you to self-censor. That's the world we're living in. And if we don't recognize that, and if we don't begin to fight against that, I'm talking about internally within yourself, then there is no possibility of you reaching your highest. There is no possibility of the fullness of your person, of your soul, of your reason for being here coming to fruition if you're not able to express your most authentic self, your truest parts of yourself, your deepest parts of yourself, because you believe in UFOs. But you believed in UFOs for years, but when you said it, people laughed at you. People say, "Oh, I seen an alien. I seen a angel. I seen my grandmama when she died. I seen things that are outside of the everyday conversation, that are outside of the everyday programming that we're supposed to be used to. We're supposed to be on sports, football, entertainment, the news, all of these things. But what about your own personal development that are related to things that are not related to the outside world?" So I just wanted to come on here today to talk about that, because there is value in understanding your spiritual life. There is value in understanding its ability to be expressed. And if you're in a climate or an environment or a community that does not allow you to express your most authentic self, your truest being, you have to find a way to change that, to transform that situation, because your life's purpose is to express your truest, authentic, most realist self, the heart of yourself, and if we're going to be hindered and barred and regulated and uh, censored, and we begin to self-censor and bring ourselves to lower states of possibility or of capability, because we're afraid of what may happen from your friends, from your family, from the cable, from the news, from whoever. Fear is your limiting reality. Fear is limiting your reality. Fear is limiting your possibility. Fear is limiting your capability. And if you don't overcome that fear, whatever that fear may be, your woman, your mama, your sister, your brother, your homeboy, the news feed, the world, whatever these things are that are stopping you from expressing yourself, you have a duty to overcome them. And complaining and being sad about it and saying, "Oh, woe is me," won't be the way you win. So I'm saying this because the time is critical, and I need team. I need teammates. I need those who know who they are and why they're here. I need a team to recognize that we have the ability to transform this world and not just sit back and be transformed by this world. So I'm looking for my teammates. I'm looking for the family that understands and recognizes that if we don't do it, it won't be done. Especially black people. I mean, nobody coming to save you for sure. I mean, you're if you're not aware at this point what's going on socially, my, it's a sad scenario for you and your family and those who are relying on you, or hoping for your assistance at any level, or even for your own self. What will you do? Um, you know, I hope that at some point we all recognize that we've grown up in a system that was not designed for us to reach our maximum heights, our highest abilities, our fullest potential. And the graces that the Creator has for us are there, but we have to take a step in the direction towards our belief in something bigger than this whole ass matrix that makes us fear it. I am also one who goes through these struggles, so I don't front. Like, it's not like I was always telling y'all I'm an ambassador for the Creator. I am an ambassador for God. I am an ambassador for the kingdom of the Most High. And I recognize that me not saying that is a level of fear. Why? Because people gonna say that boy crazy. People gonna say what people gonna say. But what am I going to do? Am I going to be hindered by what people are going to say, or am I going to recognize and accept and step into the full role of Sadiqullah? Am I going to full on take and accept the role of an ambassador for a new world and the kingdom that is to come? And am I willing to say there is in my heart part of a kingdom, which is a 24-hour community center, and it covers everything that is related to our human species, from our diet to the new science in relation to quantum physics and consciousness, to all of the old practices of spiritual growth and development that we have learned throughout the thousands of years of religion, and our new diet that we understand that because it's grown closer to the light and we are light, that fruit is our best diet. All of these things are processes that we are taking in right now in our times. My job is to somehow bring these all into a facility where they're taught to children, where the children gain all this new wisdom. And so in the next 10, 15, 20 years, we see the world changing based on all of this new wisdom of our species. We've been lost and we've been in the darkest of ages, and now we're coming out. Okay, we're coming out. You can look at the cycles, the Kali Yuga, the Golden Age, all of these things, and we're coming into the Golden Age. And my job and intention is to share with the generations that are beneath me all of the things that we've suffered through, so that they don't reenact them. They understand how we got here and how to get out of here based on the new knowledge that is going to be shared with them from all of our new scientists, our new thought leaders, our new thinkers. And it is going to be a transformation. It is going to lift those who are at the very bottom to the top. As they say, if you lift the bottom, then all ships rise. And my people, black people throughout America, yeah, they are those who are at the bottom. They are lost. They don't know who they are. They don't know their culture. They don't know their language, their history, their God, their religion. All of these things have been stripped from them. And so you see us as what you see us as now, the wretched of the earth. Those who are looked at by most on the planet as the most lost, the most disrespected, the most unappreciated, yet the most utilized for our own skills, basketball, hip hop, all of these things go global as our tools of entertainment and forms of utilization by other cultures. But the respect for the growth and development of the soul work and the spiritual work of the generations that have experienced living in the belly of the beast seem less valued. And at some point, they are going to be extremely valued. And so I am here. There are others who are here. And I am an ambassador of the light. I am an ambassador of the kingdom that is to come. And you are listening to a part of the house of Ulah. So the house of God, this is what we're bringing about. And those who know. And those who don't, you better start getting aware. And if you don't have some sense of spiritual guidance and direction and foundation, you're going to be lost. So focus your attention as though your mind and your heart and all of your energy are a laser, and give that form of attention, energy, and focus to that which is going to bring about your highest potential, because your person for being here, your reason for being here in this time right now is due to the transformation. Now, are you going to be a part of the light that brings about the transformation for God's will, or are you going to be a part of the fear that steps right back into the matrix and be controlled by computers and the excesses of this world? So, one love to the family. Happy holidays to all the souls. We're coming upon a new year, and we can stay where we were or we can move forward. And I, for one, am moving forward at whatever cost it may be, because you get one life. And when you know, you know. And if you're going to move in accord with what you know, you're going to get where you're going. If you're going to move in accord with fear and cowardice and weakness, not believing in self, not believing in God, not believing in the higher power that put you here, having more power than the matrix, which you fear, stand where you stand. But this is God's time, and I'm a God man, and I'm looking for all the godly souls and righteous hearts who are trying to do God's work and bring about a better world and God's kingdom on earth. So, with that being said, I needed to get that off my chest. So, here we are again, the Christmas episode of My Spiritual Experience. So let's bring out our gifts that God gave us and share them with the world and be fearless of what may come of it, because your intention is good, your heart is good, your motive is good. And if that is how you're moving, and if you're moving in that God light, then how you gonna lose? You're not going to be fighting that battle. That is a battle that God would be fighting if you're moving in righteousness and your purpose and your reason for being here. And so there's no one who outpowers that. All right. Step into your fearlessness, step into your invincibility under the power of the Most High, and live it out, prove it, show it, make it what it is. I love you. I love me. And for us to reach our fullest potential, we're going to need a little bit of extra focus and attention and pull our minds and our attention from this matrix. So I felt the need to say that on this Christmas when people got a little extra time. So one love, family.